You are listening to the Orisa Economy Podcast with your host, Awolowo.
And Ori Midar. We are the number one
and only
podcast and network dedicated to giving a voice to Orisa devotees that are leading in entrepreneurship.
Bit by bit, we're building the Orisa Economy Network by connecting business owners, entrepreneurs, and resource providers.
Hey, Cabo.
Hey, Cabo, everyone.
Hey, Cabo.
You are listening to the Orisa Economy Podcast, and I am your co-host, Ori Midar.
And I'm Awolowo Alaje.
And we are excited. We have a guest here today, and we're really excited to get into this conversation. Yeah. And so today we want to introduce you to our brother, Cam Afuwape Moore of Tatted Dragon LLC.
What's up?
What's up, Cam?
What's up, family? Excited to be here with y'all today.
Glad to have you on.
This day of victory.
Yeah. Ashe. So Cam, let's get into it. Tell us about Tatted Dragon LLC. Tell us your story.
Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna say it wouldn't even happen without SOS and me, just studying about for me a ring and his basic teaching that he just dropped on YouTube. I went by that for like a whole year at work. I had to figure out I used to do my music and stuff, and once I had my kids, that was the same time that I got my hand to E5, and just a lot of just started changing for me, internally, the way I was registering things. But it's before I, got to SOS or whatnot. So I used to be at work, and Baba's video just popped up all the time on my YouTube. Whenever I used to have little breaks and could listen to it, I listened to it. And then I was one of the ones that, I got my hand to E5 over here, but I had very little instructions on what I was supposed to be doing. And then just something in me just knew I had to be doing something else. So at the same time of me, wanting to learn and better my knowledge of the tradition, that's when my business came about, because Baba used to be talking about being at work and, you got to use your natural gifts and talents, work for yourself type of thing. So sitting at work, I went and ordered me a tattoo kit, something I was procrastinating on for a minute, because my boy been trying to get me in there back. Even when I did music, everybody just knew I could draw and stuff like that. So I started doing the tats. Then I bought the iPad to start drawing my art digitally, my stencil. So when I tattoo somebody, I just print it out, and I put the stencil on someone. And then I was drawing on there, and people were seeing what I was drawing on Instagram. So they was like, how much for a logo? How much for this? So I started charging just a little chump change here and there, just messing around. And then COVID hit, and boom, that's when everybody started their business and stuff. And then they needed a logo and a design. So that first year, all the way up until now, I've been after this year's over with, when March hit around, that it'll be my 5th year in business. So it just was overwhelming, because I didn't expect anything like that to happen, to the point where I stopped doing tattoos, because I was just booked on doing children's books, stuff I never did that I always wanted to do, with my artwork that I never saw me doing. Once I got past middle school, I wasn't thinking about no art, but it's crazy how the tradition brought me all the way, there.
That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful. So what you were just talking about, you mentioned children's books and things of that nature. And I know you illustrated a book, like an Orisa book recently too. So of all the big projects that you've done, can you give us a couple that you were really excited about doing, and maybe even surprised you to be able to do them?
Yes, I actually have a couple of them, man. My bad for getting up, but I wanted to go ahead and get the copies of the books too. have like a presentation, you know. And I did a children's book, like learning ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and like basic fundamentals for like children and stuff. I've done man, all right, let's go. Because I've done a lot of, not trying to go out of, I don't know how far y'all take it here, but the cannabis industry, like it's real big. So no lie, a lot of like artwork that I do, like a lot of stuff that people have seen of mine, they probably won't even know it's mine. It's like a lot of that work goes into that. Like so many people hit me up, like your favorite artists type of thing, like rappers and stuff. I got I've done some stuff for Quavo, Bobby Fish Scale, dang, I'm just trying to think of everything. Dog Kennel logos, Top Shelf Kennels, like that's a like one of the top kennels out there in Tampa, Florida, around that area, you know, that do the Frenchies and stuff. They like real popular online. I've actually done some work for Bobo Bafemi too, some illustrations that he adds on to the SOS page. That's a lot of stuff that made me proud. But the one that made me the proudest was this year, like, and it was the illustration I did for Olusegun Daramala, and it was the SU School of Thought book that I illustrated. Because
Bring
you
it
know,
more into the camera, Cam. Can you bring it a little bit more so we
oh
can
my
see?
bad. Yeah, that's the Orisa, you know, that support me, that came down, you know, when I got my hand to E5.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I wanted to have at least have some good knowledge on him, and the book right there was just a blessing, you know. And then when I physically saw it, it just inspired me to like want to do more work within the community. Like, you know, even when I was talking about the children's books, like I would love to do like, you know, basic you know, books to help the young ones be able to connect and learn the knowledge of E5, you know, and the whole tradition, all the way down from the greetings to, you know, just basic words or greetings, you know, like, so yeah, for the most part, like my work range is like I was talking to you earlier, it goes all the way from graphic design to illustration, logos, just random digital art. People, you know, I have people that have relatives that have passed away and they want me to like you know, do some artwork for them, you know, and I have them printed on canvases. I do, like I was telling you, I do the tattoos. I'm pretty wide range when it comes to the art. I just most definitely these days I had to feel it. You know, if I'm not feeling it back then, I was just so eager to take every dollar, and like until I learned, like, you know, all money ain't good money, like all money ain't cool money. You know, like how we after the cool money, the money that don't come with a headache or heated contention behind it. So nowadays I'm more like selective on who I do work for instead of being so accessible for everybody, you know. So I'm more on that, and that's what Ori guided me to do, because like that's a way that I put the practice into what I do. You know, like I pray about it, I pray on it. Sometimes I had to sit on it. I ask for guidance on how I should start this piece, you know, and then I just, there you go, you know.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, so because you kind of gave a good segue into something we wanted to know. You said you asked for guidance before you start something. So tell
I
us
do.
more about how
Yeah.
tell us more about how you integrate you know, the guidance of EFI into your business and how that's made you more selective in who you
Right.
deal with.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, before like a lot of times I like to like a lot of people outside of the tradition, they wouldn't understand this, but you know, I pay homage to my hands and stuff. Like, you know, I use my hands to, you know, do this work, this art work. So, you know, I do that. I start with that in my head, you know, Ori. You know, I do a lot of Ori praying, like for guidance, helping me. Like even if I need to see it, and that's where dream incubation come in. I've had an idea come to me like in my dreams, you know, something I was like, I was really hesitant on it. I couldn't like grasp what I really wanted to do. And I saw it like when I was sleeping. And it might sound crazy, but then when I put the idea that I had that I saw and try to make it to like the best of what I could remember, you know, that helped me complete my job. But for the most part, I just, you know, pray that, you know, whatever work that I'm doing, that it you know, it satisfy the client that I'm working with. I always pray that it meets their expectations or better, you know, and I just let it go from there, really, man. Unless they have like strict, some people come to me with specifics, or they already have a design done and just need me to revamp it, or just make it look cleaner. So I just like redo it. So those are like easy jobs for me, but stuff that I have to like come up with the stuff from scratch. Like, yeah, I had to pray on it, because sometimes doing art, like you get carried away, like your mind like will tell you to do this and that, doing this and that. And sometimes like less is more. So some business designs don't take all of that, you know. So sometimes with some businesses I approach it a different way, you know, but you know, I'll go all out. Like if you request me to go all out, I'm gonna go all out for you though. Yeah. But that's how I apply it though. I mostly just be Ori, you know, and or Obatala, like, you know, I pay homage to Obatala and Orgun, you know, because they're both, you know, artists in their own ways, you know. So for the most part, that's how I apply that. But
That's
now,
beautiful.
yeah, now on the business part, this is my thing. I try not to do any deals or make any agreements on Ojoru on Wednesday on Day of Confusion. So that's one thing that I like try not to do. Now, if it's something that's not that's unavoidable, I can't avoid it, and I need to, you know, get back to them or something like that, then, you know, I make sure I do something for SU or something to make sure everything come out smooth, you know. If I had to do any deals on Ojoru, but I try not to do any deals on Wednesday.
You definitely belong to a tour upon 125. I know Mama is like, yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, I try not, because I found that those used to get me into pickles sometimes. I'd be like, man, what's going on? And I, every time I realize, oh man, I was a rude today, man. All the miscommunication and all of that. So I got something for Ojo Roo. Let me go into the archive, man. See what I can do.
That's beautiful. Sure. Definitely putting the principles into practice. And like, you know, I know I'm on daddy duty.
I love my
That's beautiful.
But my bad, brother, what were you saying?
I see that in sports a lot, right? Like somebody who maybe they're the receiver or they're a quarterback or something like that. Like when a good play happens, they like, you know, they give the person their elbow, like, you know, don't touch the hands, don't touch the hands. They're too serious. And it's like, you know, you were talking about paying homage to your hands, and then even working with the various Orisha, you know, Obatala and Ori. That's beautiful. Like you're really putting the principles into practice, you know. It's beautiful to see, and then understanding, like, you know, about the various days of the week and the energies of those days, and you know, like all of that comes from, just for people who don't know, you know, there is Odu Ifa that speak about the various energies of each day. So what Brother Ken was talking about was, you know, he puts that into practice by staying away from the day of confusion, which is Wednesday. Yeah. So that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you good, brother? You good?
One of the other questions that we have for you was about the network. So, you know, it's the Orisa Economy Podcast as well as network. So that's something that we're trying to build as well. You know, that network that creates an internal economy amongst us, Orisa devotees, as well as other service providers that are supporting that. You know, you might not be an Orisa devotee, but you're still supporting this community. So, we always like to ask our guests, what would you like to see in the network? What are the service providers or just other professionals that you would like to see, or entrepreneurs that you would like to link up with?
I would like, one thing I do see really big, especially in the school, is art from all angles. And I would like to see something where even, how they do even the art gallery things, if we could come together and network and put together art gallery for the tradition, coming like from us or whoever's a part of the tradition. Like, that's a part of networking that I would love to see. Is that like more like what you were asking me, bro? I just want to
Yeah,
make sure.
definitely. And then maybe
Yeah.
like, there's say more about that for first of all, but also if there's like something that you might need within your maybe not need, or you're always utilizing, and you were like, if I could, put this money into the economy or into a network that I'm a part of, I'd definitely like to see that too.
Yes, yeah, man, to be honest, man, my whole goal, like, to do what I do is to, network and put my money into things that's gonna like save our youth right now. I was into that when I was younger, and like when I used to be doing my music, I used to talk to a lot of juveniles, and it feels like it's a lot worse. So I would like to network and come together, like and like put my money into something that could, save these young folks. You feel me? Like, and I don't know, like, I know what you were just asking about, like, what's something that I use, and like the first thing came to my mind just now was like social media, like Instagram and stuff. But I hate boasting that up, because that's something I like to utilize that as a tool, but I don't like to promote people that had to go on there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how I could be on there for myself, and I know a lot of times it'd be a distraction. So I like a social site, come together, put some money into like having a social site strictly for like something that's gonna promote all positive, like something that's gonna, clean up this mess, that's going on right now. You know. So it's a few answers I got for you though.
Okay, that's good. I mean, that's what we wanted to hear. So, something empowering the youth, something that's more of a positive social site. I think all of those are really good.
Yeah.
So, now, so you're on social media though, and so we do want to let our listeners know how they can contact you, whether it's for graphic design, illustration,
Right.
tattoos. Like, how can someone contact you? Because you dropped a whole, you kind of glazed over your portfolio, but how can
Yeah.
someone get in contact with you?
Yeah. I don't went, man. I be going missing on folks, but it don't be nothing personal. It's just like, it's something that I tried. My goal was for this year, but let me first answer your question.
Okay.
You can reach me at Instagram. That's the best place to get at me, and that's at Tatted Dragon _, and it's spelled regular, TATTEDDRAGON _. And that's
Okay.
like the best. And I like to just point people in that direction, because that's where you get to see everything that I mostly do. I put my highlights on there, like, some of my like accomplishments. So that's the reason why I direct people there, because everybody is on Instagram anyway. So it's just convenient in a way too. But I really like to steer everybody from my social media to contact me through my email. And
Okay.
that's Tatted Dragon, 333 @gmail.com. And that's how I really like even like the people that contact me online, unless it's family or something, somebody from the temple like y'all or something, I do everything right there, but I always direct people over to my email just to keep everything in
Okay.
business, because that's my, my business email or whatnot. Yeah.
So your preferred contact is Tatted Dragon 333 @gmail.
Yeah.
But people want to see your work and get their eyes on what you have done and accomplished. It's Tatted Dragon _ right?
Yep. On
Okay.
Instagram. Yep.
On Instagram.
Now,
Okay.
and it's a separate page I have on there as well, but that is in my bio, and I leave it up at the top for people. That's a separate page for my logos, because like on my personal page, there's a lot of personal art that I like to do. Because I always like used to do art and like end up deleting it or something off my main page because it didn't really go with, you know, what I like. So I just post the stuff that I personally do for myself or that I like on that page, or like I said, my accomplishments. But the logo page, that's where you get to see, you know, as far as my range and what I can do, you know. So I put a little bit of everything on there just to show, you know, somebody what I can make happen.
Okay, I like that. You can see your range on there. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and we've also had some work, you know, done by the brother Cam for the Afuwape investment group. So you know, that's great work. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely support.
No, for sure. It always made me feel good. Like anytime somebody from the school, you know, come and ask me for some artwork, you know, because I don't like to push on nobody. I don't expect nobody just to come to me for their artwork, because there's so many people that do art and there's so many wonderful artists that I still support, you know, myself. So like I just 1 second, baby. Daddy. 1 second. I'll be in a second. But yeah, the one thing that I like to do, you know, is I look cool. Go in there. I'll be in there to help you. All right, little girl. My bad, y'all. But oh yeah, like what was I just saying before she came in here? My bad, y'all.
You were talking about you like to support other artists.
Oh yeah. So I like to support other people like on that too. So I don't never like expect nobody just to strictly come to me for your work, but it always like, you know, help me feel good or makes me feel good whenever I do get to do something for one of y'all. You know, like even if nobody has had this happen, but even if it's just like a favor, like I don't care. Like if you don't have, you know, anything to start with and you just need my help. That's why I told people from the get-go when I first joined the school, like, you know, that's what I bring to the table. If anybody need my help, you know.
That's beautiful, good brother. That's beautiful. And I love to see the family vibes. You know, I had the little ones too, so I'm always excited,
Yes.
you know, to see you and your little ones.
And thank you. Yeah, just wait until I get done. But yeah, like it's a balance though, man. Like at first, it was hard. Like I'm not gonna lie, like me, you know, starting my business, having me and my wife having our first child, me getting my hand to Ifa. Like it was a lot of responsibilities that I didn't realize got thrown on me at one time, you know. So at first it was like it used to get overwhelming at times, and that's where I had to, you know, and I already like kind of like come from a background where I have a little temper, you know, like, and I could get angry. So it took me to really study and apply what I was learning at Ifa to really gain that balance to help me structure things out, you know, organize and stuff, like, because like that's the biggest thing that helped me out, and it was the discipline that I learned through Ifa, because it helped me be more organized. You know, I have my structure, how I wake up, what I do, when I do, and it helps me, you know, get the day going better than, you know, having things in chaos, you know, just freestyling, you know, like. So even to this day, like I like to have a structure, and that don't mean like I can't handle things like if it doesn't go as planned, but I try my best to stick to the plan, and that's what helps me, you know, not get overwhelmed and then trigger
Right.
with my anger right there or aggravated. Yeah, there she go.
That's how you get that J tutu, that cool money, that cool wealth, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And I just and just with everything that I've learned with SOS and stuff, like, you know, not arguing or having like, you know, because everybody had you know, had their moments where they got some tension or something like that. But I know not to like do that in my home or nothing like that. You know, like I know how to handle it more better than what I would have. And for the most part, like just like applying these days in my life, like or say Jakuta or whatnot. That's a day that remind me all the time. You better watch your tongue, boy. Cause I have a way with words, and that's good and bad, So I had to learn how to, balance that out too, But the kids, I'm telling you, the key was, and I learned this from Babo Bafemi. If you want to learn Ifa in any way, the best way to learn it through your kids. I'm telling you. Wasn't for them, I don't even know if I would have comprehended things like how I comprehend it now, like as far as in learning Ifa,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's beautiful, good brother. So
thank you,
definitely
bro.
everybody check out Tatted Dragon on IG, Tatted Dragon _. And
I do pray. I would appreciate it.
yeah. And get in contact.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all always, man.
Definitely. We appreciate you for coming on. I know the scheduling was a little janky,
Man,
but
you straight.
we got it done. We got it done.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm here. And look, if y'all need some company on here again, just on some random, I told y'all I'll be at the house as long as I situate them, y'all need, I'm here, bro. Just give me a holler, bro.
Okay, we gonna take you up on that.
No, because it is some more I want to discuss about the young ones right now. Cause I got a few of them in my family, like my blood, that the streets and their music, what they seeing and hearing is getting a hold of them. And I really would love to address that one day. So if y'all could remind me of coming together and do that, we'll do that.
Okay, yeah, well, we can have do a show dedicated to your music influence, because I know you did mention your music today. So we definitely can talk about that.
Yeah, and I would love to talk about that, the transition and everything, because I don't knock anybody that still do it, but it's a way to do it, and it's a way it can be done, you feel me? So yeah, anything y'all need on my end, I'm there. Just give me a holler. Y'all have my number. We family. We got the same home. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ashe. So you all have been listening to the Orisa Economy podcast. We are the #1 and
only
most definitely
podcast dedicated to Orisa devotees who are leading in entrepreneurship and business. And so we ask that you also